When I got my Miller table from USA Prospector, I was surprised at how rough the surface is. Here's a close-up of what it looks like. The striations run the length of the table and are parallel to the flow of water, which in this image is from left to right. In spite of this, the table seemed to work very well, and I was able to capture gold much finer than 100 mesh. But I got to wondering if a different surface would increase its performance. So I decided to run some tests after I did some research online. I found that the most commonly recommended material is a Hobbyco mat. The best is supposed to be natural slate, but that's so hard to find, it's really not a viable option. I also found a video that suggested that the Easy Liner mats from Lowe's are also supposed to be able to capture and hold on the gold very well. So I did some tests on them, setting everything up so that I could change the surfaces without changing the angle, flow rate, or any other parameter in the test, so that way everything would be kept as even as possible. Let's start to the tests. This is test number 1. It is the Easy Liner mat, rough side, with the striations running perpendicular to the flow of water, which is from left to right. At the bottom, we have a number 4 flat piece of gold. Next, a number 20 flat piece. In the middle, we have a number 20 spherical piece. Second from the top is a number 50 flat piece. And at the very top, a number 100 flake of gold. As you can see, very little movement except for the spherical piece, as to be expected. Test number 2 is the original surface that came on my USA Prospector Miller table. As you can see, the movement is significantly more than with the Easy Liner, particularly for the spherical gold. This is test number 3. This is the Easy Liner mat turned upside down so that the smooth side is now up. If you could look at the bottom, the striations would still be running perpendicular to the flow. However, because the pattern is a reflection on the back side, it now appears that we have long, thin lines running from left to right. This seems to work about the same as the original USA Prospector's surface. Test number 4. This is the very popular Hobbyco mat, which a lot of people are using. It shows the greatest movement, particularly in the spherical gold. Test 5. This is the Easy Liner mat, rough side up, this time with the striations running in line with the flow of water from left to right. As you can see, considerably more motion than when the striations are perpendicular to the flow of water. This final test is of the Easy Liner mat turned upside down from the previous test. This is the one where the striations on the rough side were running parallel to the flow of water from left to right. Because it's been turned upside down, now the striations will be running perpendicular to it, as you can see here. And this one had the absolute most motion of the spherical gold. It traveled about 4 inches down the board. Okay, those tests suggest that the best material is the Easy Liner with the rough side up and the striations running perpendicular to the flow of the water. But when I started to use it in a mixture heavy and black sands, I ran into a problem. And that problem was, it's not just how well the surface holds onto the gold, but also how easily it releases the black sands and blonde sands that you don't want. The Easy Liner held onto the gold great, but it also held onto the very fine black sands, and that actually slowed down the separation problem. Another issue with the Easy Liner is that it's black, and it's hard to see where the black sands are and to work them out of the way. The Hobbyco mat worked pretty well. The problem is, if you're dealing with gold that's chunky, spherical, it's just going to roll down the table as fast as the black sands, even faster maybe. So in the end, surprising as it may seem, the original surface on the USA Prospector's Miller table actually worked about the best. It was easy to see the gold, easy to see the black sands. The difference between the movement of the gold and the black sands was about as great as you could want. And it held up round gold so that it didn't roll down the table. So I'm going to be running this Miller table with the original surface. There is one problem with it. This is a painted surface, and I've noticed after just running a couple of pounds of material through it that the paint is starting to nick, and you can see little black spots where it's flaked away. I hope you found this video helpful, or at least interesting. Thank you very much for watching.